I've been sort of like dealing with like a little bit of stuff recently, and I haven't really known like how to deal with it really since like I came back from, I was over in Japan recently, was working over there, and like I came back to Australia and I've had like no motivation. I haven't had any drive to go out and shoot, to go and make some videos. Like I haven't had any of that, and it's been pretty hard. Like I work my job, like I work full time, and then I'm there all day and I come home, I just feel like kind of exhausted. I don't feel motivated, and that sort of just builds and builds, and it just piles on top and it piles on top, and it almost feels like this weight is just sitting on top of me, and it just leaves like this empty sort of feeling, but I don't know how to like get out of it. And I thought I would just sit down and make this video and talk about, I guess, how I'm dealing with it, and just maybe some ways that like I'm using to try and get inspired again, to try and fuel my inner creative self. And like, it's hard. Every creator, like I'm just not even creators, just like everyone in general, like you just go through ups and downs in life. And I guess maybe for these last couple of weeks it's been very down for me. I'm a very happy person generally, and most people who know me would know that. But yeah, just inside of myself recently, it's felt pretty empty, it's felt pretty down. So yeah, I thought let me share some things with you, and you might be able to take something away from this which might help you in the future, it might help you now, and we can bounce ideas off each other. I did a while ago ask you guys on like Instagram what makes or keeps you inspired, where do you find your creative energy, so I want to share some of your guys's, is that even a word? Share some of your answers that you gave me as well. For me, I try and sort of look at it and like I break it down as like 3 different sections, and I want to go through those sections with you now. The first one is when you're lost and you don't feel like you've got the love for your passion. I find just doing stuff you hate or doing mundane tasks makes you realize super duper quickly what you love doing and how you like spending your time. And like, for me anyway, like you don't have to go like over the top and like do stuff that like you couldn't imagine yourself doing. Like I'm just talking about like mundane tasks. Just for me, it's like hang out the washing. Like if you're in like school, like do some assignments. If you don't enjoy that, obviously, like do the washing, clean up the house, just things that will make you realize, hey, this is not what I like doing, but what I actually like doing is this thing. For me, it's like taking photos, it's making videos. Yeah, do things you hate, and do them often, because it will help you understand, and it'll keep you grounded, I guess. Let's just keep it simple. It'll just help you understand what you like to do. I find when you sort of get in this rut, you don't feel like doing anything at all, and you're like, how do I get out of it? What can I go and do? But these questions like tick over in your head, and you often don't actually go and do anything. So if you can like force yourself to get out of the house or get out of the apartment and go and get some endorphins pumping, I find that really helps. That helps me anyway. Like I used to have my cycling, which I did all the time. I don't do it as much anymore in my running, but I find if I can get into my cycling kit and I can go for a ride, like it doesn't have to be a big one, but it just gets the endorphins pumping, and it just makes me feel like 10, 20, 30 times better. Cycling for me is definitely a big one. It allows me to just get away from the computer, put the technology down a little bit and just go for a ride. And for you, it might not be cycling. You could go for a run. You could just get up and go for a walk, take your partner and go walk for an hour, go walk and sit down. We recently got like a ping pong table out the back, so we spend a lot of time doing that. It's just doing stuff that gets you up, gets you out of bed and gets some endorphins pumping. Go for a swim, like give me anything. Do some push-ups for God's sake. Like just get out of bed, get some endorphins pumping. I find that helps a lot. And then when you come back and you're pumped and you're ready to go, then jump into your creative side. I find that helps me. This one, like my third and sort of final little task, I guess you would call them, to finding a creativity or feeling inspired again. And this is a really tricky one. I think it's very, like, it's a personal sort of task or strategy. And that's to, like, I don't know how to word it correctly, but if consuming content, like, I find consuming other people's work super inspiring because I see like the endless possibility of ideas I can go out and create myself, and breaking down other artists' work. Like I'm strictly talking like photography and like video here, and like you can go and look at an art gallery if that's how you might find creativity. But for me, breaking down like some of these other artists' styles, and then somewhat turning them into your own, but not blatantly copying, is a good way to sort of get some creativity. But there's a reason I've put this at the bottom and not like the first thing to go and do. Is I find that a lot of times I'll get sucked into sitting on Instagram for hours or sitting on YouTube watching videos, and I sit there feeling very, very inspired, but it doesn't actually make me go and be creative. I just almost stay in that sort of down, like, spiral. So yes, it is good to consume other people's work and understand their creative side and use it to your own advantage. Just be mindful by how much consumption you're consuming. Yeah. Sometimes it's just good to put your phone down and just go out and start. And there's like this really good dude from Melbourne. It's one of his quotes. And like people always ask him where does he find inspiration, and I agree with it. That it doesn't, you don't just sort of find it, or it doesn't find you. Like, you have to go out and just start. And I guess that could be like your fourth point, just actually go and start. Go and take some photos, go and start creating that video, because you'll find once you've started, the ideas, they just start to come back. I think that's a good one. I think I'll take that on board myself a little bit more when I'm not feeling totally down. When I'm not feeling totally at 100%. Just go out, just walk around with the camera, take one lens and just start. I think that's a big one, and we can all take that on board, I believe. Anyway, I hope that sort of makes sense. That's what I would sort of do to find some creativity or get the inspiration back. Let me grab my phone and I'll find out what you guys said. There seems to be like a super common theme from you guys, and that's a lot of people just focus on that last one is consuming the content and finding creativity from others, which I agree with. Someone said here mushrooms, shiitake style. Fair enough. Samuel Elkins, he's goals. Yeah, there are some insanely creative people out there, and I think, yeah, you can find some great creative ideas from them. But when you're in a rut, when you're down, I don't know if that's the best. I'm no expert in this, so take it how you please. But yeah, I don't know if that's the best way to find the creativity. My parents have always been the biggest inspirations for me. I mean, bloody oath. That's a great inspiration to have if you can look up to your parents and draw some inspiration from them for sure. This morning I actually went out and I took some photos and shot some video of this crazy fog we had here in Brisbane. And now I did that, and now I'm sitting here making this video now just because I feel like inspired. Like, it's that thought of just start, I think, is a really big takeaway. For me anyway. I hope you learned something in this video. I hope I gave you maybe some insight into maybe how I think about finding inspiration and creativity, because it's a hard one. It really, really is. I'm gonna wrap up this video here. Yeah, bit of a different one, but I hope you were able to learn something from it. And I appreciate if you stuck around and listened to my thoughts and what I had to say. Alright, I'll catch you hopefully in another video very, very soon, where I'll be feeling super inspired. Don't forget. Oh, the door's about to bang. Don't forget, if you want to go big. Some guy over there thinks now's an appropriate time to start blower. Don't forget, if you want to go big, dream big.
The place could use some magic. You wanna laugh, you wanna see